Hey everybody, Casey Johnson here, the Dancing Gardener on Instagram. It is March 1st here in Tucson, and last night was our last forecasted night of below 40 degrees. So that's usually our cue here to start cleaning up from winter, and you can start planting frost sensitive annuals or new perennials. It's also a great time to be planting new trees. So today I want to show you guys a little around the garden before and after we clear it out, and we'll show you a couple fruit trees too that we just planted, so you have an idea about how I do that. So we'll start at the edge of the garden over here. A lot of stuff is still dormant. This is a chocolate mimosa tree that is currently dormant. A vitex tree also dormant. We've already cleaned up the roses by this time of year. You want to start doing that in January because they need like a period of dormancy, and that helps to trigger that for them. So we've got some stuff that got frosted here. This banana tree got frosted on. Some of these guys. This potato bush here has a lot of damage or frost on it. So let's look at this thing for a second. When you're looking at anything that you have that's a shrub, before you start clipping it, you're gonna look and see along the stem to where there is growth happening, and that's where you want to trim it. You can also take your fingernail and just scratch it, and that's still green here, so I know that this is still alive, so I'm not going to trim it there. So let's come further down. Still green here, so I'm not going to trim it. So you just check and see where the green growth is still, and then we can take this and we can pull all these leaves right off here, and we'll clean that up that way. Lots of seedlings. There's a few little weeds here and there that need to get pulled. Those hydrangea heads can be cleared off. There is some stuff starting to bloom, which is really nice. Got flowers all over this guy. This has been flowering for, weeks now. The dianthus is beginning to flower nicely in here. We have daffodils coming up around the garden. Some more potato bushes over here that need to be cleaned. Skyflower over here, I'll clean that up too. Any little things that didn't make it, you can clip those at the roots. Got some pink trumpet vine over there that we'll clean up. This coral vine, when it gets frosted on, it will go all the way to the ground, and you can just chop it back and pull all of this off, and it will bounce back and be totally great. Got some more daffodils blooming down in here. And then some more barren trees that are still waiting. So we'll clean this up and then we'll take another look. Now we have finished doing a pretty good clearing. You can see this huge pile. It's been smashed down pretty hard of like plant debris. So we have a lot of these guys got a nice trimming, cleared up. It's gonna open up some sunlight down here on this lower portion where a lot of these seedlings are. Trimmed this guy up pretty good. Cut that pretty hard. Cleared off all his vines. Cut that back. So don't be afraid to really chop some stuff. It'll bounce back. Oh, here's this walking stick kale flowering. It's nice and pretty. And yeah. So this we cut back like by half. So you can really chop stuff back and it'll really help it to bush back out in the coming season. So here are the new apple trees. They just got planted. So now's a great time, and that window's closing, to plant new trees and shrubs right at the beginning of spring, because that gives them time to let their roots get settled before the heat of summer kicks in. There's a mulberry tree. This will all eventually be a fruit orchard. And then here we have the little sort of front yard garden area with some potted plants. There's a pink jasmine here. I just planted that. This beautiful variegated lemon tree. She's one of my favorites. She is about to just go crazy blooming. You can see some buds there. And then here is the front garden. Got bamboo. This one's more evergreen, so it's a little bit less work cleanup wise because it sort of does it on its own for the most part. Got some irises and tulips down in here. These tulips are just about to get ready to bloom too. You can see the heads on them. These are wild species tulips, so they're a little bit more hardy and should be able to be perennial here in the desert. Got some more trees back here and some grass, more bamboo. Yeah, so the main things right now are trimming back all the dead growth that you have, planting anything new that's like shrub or tree wise, and it's also a great time to be starting seeds. So there is plenty to do this month, even though the garden isn't quite as exciting as it will be. It's starting to head that direction.